Hello everyone, my name is TheBluePuffball, and welcome to the first of many of the TheBluePuffball Directs, where I showcase a retrospective of my channel for this year, new announcements and updates for next year, and a surprise special song to end off the year. Now before we get things started, I think it's about time that I get a new look for my channel. What do I mean by that, you ask? I'm of course talking about my profile picture. Now you see, I've been using this same profile picture since 2020, and I think it's about time that my profile gets a much needed update. So without further ado, let me show you what my profile would look like in the next coming years. In 3, 2, 1. Ah yes, much better. Now I want to give a huge shout out to Judah Hughes, or commonly known as Judah's Engines and Coaches on YouTube. I can't thank you enough for creating this profile picture for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Judah. I would also like to briefly announce a brand new intro that I have for the next coming years. Please, take a look. How was it? Well, I hope you enjoyed it, as we have plenty more announcements coming later down the line. But before we get to those announcements, I'd like to show you all a retrospective of what I've accomplished for the channel this year. I hope you enjoy. Okay, I think you all know what time it is. It's time to start the announcements. Let's begin. What's that? Is that a mistake? There are so many goofs to find, some obscure but some will shine. Camera stands and wonky eyes, some of them were not that wise. You can find these goofs as well, but some of them are hard to tell. Just before you go insane, look out for the train. Finding goofs is such a chore on Goofs on Sodor. A retired series is making a comeback on YouTube.
See you all over on the Magma Melon channel, folks. This has been the Thomas Cynic. Thanks for watching. And for the final time on this channel, have a good one.
The mystery of a lost YouTube channel is about to be solved. GWR Studios, a once very popular channel in the Thomas community, He posted such videos as his train reviews, his solar profiles, and most famously, his goof videos. Everything was pretty well at the time, but his last video on the Polar Express was a big indicator that something was up, as it's been over 5 years since his most recent video on his channel. So, where did he go? Did he just leave the internet? Did he change to a new channel? Did he die? Well, all those questions will be answered this summer. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? This next announcement has been in the works for over 2 years now, so I hope you enjoy. This fall, a familiar game show is making a return. A brand new series is about to be revealed.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for!
How was it? Before we get to our last announcement, I'd like to make a couple of shoutouts to a few friends who helped me throughout 2022. The first shoutout goes to Judah Hughes. Not only was he the one to redesign my whole profile picture entirely, but also provides entries for my YTP collabs, video ideas, and a whole bunch of other stuff related to my channel. Thank you so much, Judah, for all the stuff you provided. My next shoutout goes to two special friends who helped me a lot with my Thomas and HD channel, that being Oliver11GWR and Korean Dub. These two are absolute geniuses when it comes to foreign Thomas dubs. I can't thank them enough of how many rare and exclusive Thomas dubs they provide for this dedicated fandom. This community wouldn't have been the same without you guys, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. My next shoutout goes to everyone who contributed to my big projects and YTP collabs. These people have really helped me out with all these big projects I had over the years. I initially thought I wasn't going to get as many people as I thought, but from the compassion and love from my fans from this year, I can't thank you enough. Finally, my last shoutout goes to you, the viewer. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and all my other videos in that matter. Whether hitting the subscribe button, the like button, or even the dislike button, it shows your capability on keeping this channel alive and growing throughout this crazy year. As Gordon would say, united we stand, together we fall. You help me, and I help you. And that's how my channel will stay for the next coming years. Now, for our last announcement, we'd like to give you guys an update on my Thomas in HD channel. A lot of you are probably excited to see Season 3 on Thomas in HD. But before we release that season, I'd like to announce another thing for my channel. Please, take a look.
Reach for the speed, reach for the whistle, go where the rail may run. Reach for the words, reach for the story, follow the rainbow sun. To a shining time station, where dreams can come true, waiting there for you.
And now, for our final song of 2022, we present to you Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. Links to all the performers will be listed down in the description. I hope you enjoy.
Thomas first saw Terrence the tractor cloudy in the view one day, and he said, "My oh my, you do look funny."
Well, our wheels, how everything moves along. You really do look funny.
Don't be so rude, said Terrence the tractor. I don't have wheels like you because my caterpillar tracks are so much better. I can go anywhere, I don't need wheels like you. One day I'll prove it, show you how I do it, then you will understand.
Yeah, you don't judge a book by its cover to make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. Don't judge a book by its cover to make your mind up too soon. Never, 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 never judge a book by its cover. Surely enough, one vintage day was so way deep and hard. Thomas got stuck, he was in trouble.
And who do you think came along and rescued him that day?
The snow didn't matter to Terrence the tractor. Now Thomas understands.
Yeah, you don't judge a book by its cover, don't make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. Don't judge a book by its cover, don't make your mind up too soon. Never, 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 never judge a book by its cover.
One more time!
Don't judge a book by its cover, don't make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. Don't judge a book by its cover, just remember the rule. Never, 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 never judge a book by its cover.
Oh, you're still here? Well, now that you're here, let's have a little chat. Now, originally, I wasn't planning on making this for the video, but the more I thought about it, and the more I actually learned about the deeper meaning behind it, I felt it almost necessary to explain to you all what I really feel about the Thomas fandom so far. So here's my story. 2022 was an interesting year for the Thomas fandom, to say the least. Lots of things have happened in this fandom throughout these crazy 12 months. From Mr. Ryan's sudden change of character to the team behind the ever so wonderful Project Tiger Moth. But, in my opinion, the craziest thing that happened this year was me. Let me explain. There is one character in the Thomas & Friends franchise that best describes me as a whole. Now you might be thinking, well, Duh, it's obviously Thomas. He's your profile picture after all. Well, you're partially right. While there are a lot of similarities that I can relate to Thomas, I wouldn't say he's the definitive character to describe me as a person. That honor goes to Sunny. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sunny was one of the new characters in Thomas & Friends back in Season 24, the final season before Mattel ended the show entirely. He came from the mainland and worked with two crooks named Baz and Bernie, who wanted to steal inventions from the technology fair at Ulfstead Castle. But late one night, however, when they're all hatching out their plan on a sighting, knowing his inevitable fate after the deal was done, he decides to abort the plan altogether. But this came with a cost. We later see that Baz and Bernie made Sunny a distraction by tying his regulator up only to eventually escape using Kenshi as bait. Then, after a bunch of wild hijinks happen, the two crooks are eventually caught by the police. But Sunny is left in a tricky situation. Since pretty much all the engines know about Sunny's past, he's naturally left with a bad reputation in his hands. But that will later change in his redemption arc episode, Sunny's Second Chance, where he ends up saving Diesel from falling in a pit and is rewarded by Sir Topham Hatt to stay on the island as much as he likes, knowing that it's good to have a second chance. But you might be thinking to yourself, why Sunny of all characters? Well, for those of you who don't know what I did in July and August of 2021, I strongly urge you to watch the Thomas H.G. Classics documentary I made about 7 months ago. The link to that video will be down in the description. But to make a long story short, I wasn't the best person back then. At the time, I was a complete asshole to everyone on social media, and everyone naturally hated me as a result of that. But that was all the way back in August 2021, and we are now in December of 2022, almost in 2023. But there are unfortunately still some people out there who don't see the potential in me and only see me as a bad guy. Now, am I saying I'm better than any of these guys? No, I'm not. I can never be as talented as these people are. But what infuriates me the most is that these people still think I'm the nosy asshole I was back in 2021, which is simply not the case. These kind of people are geared towards clout and favoritism whenever they're around social media. And sadly, that's just how most people are on social media these days. This is exactly the same problem that Sunny had in Sunny's Second Chance. Heck, this line from Gordon best sums up what people think about me after changing a year and a half of myself.
Once a thief, always a thief.
What an asshole. Oh, and I also like to point out that these people also like to act that they've done nothing wrong in their lives. To that I call bullshit. We've all done wrong things in the past, but that doesn't mean you should erase it from your life entirely. And yet again, there's another line from this episode that Gordon best describes from the fandom.
Oh, Gordon, we all make mistakes.
I don't.
It's almost as if this episode was made for the fandom. You would think that all this drama from the past couple of years were caused by these guys, but really, it's these guys. And if this is how our fandom is going to continue, then I have no idea how they will act when newcomers come into our community. But here's the thing, it shouldn't be this way. Wouldn't it be so much easier if all of us fandom members would all form a truce and become equal with each other? Of course not, because this fandom can do whatever the flying fuck they can to get away with something. This is the sole reason why little kids act like this in the fandom today, because these big users try to make these kids feel like they're a piece of shit. And I'm surprised it hasn't been addressed until now, because this is seriously messed up. And what makes this worse is that they continue to rant on these little kids to this very day. Don't believe me? Check out their Twitter. They do it all the time. And I'd even say they talk about more bad stuff than they do good. But people like me don't want to fall into their little trap. I at least try to focus on the good side of the fandom and stray away from what people are actually talking about on Twitter. But if there was one thing, anything, that would help this fandom get together, it's this. Get your act together. You're not kids anymore. Okay, for my last and honest final announcement, I am very glad to announce I officially have a Patreon page. With up to 3 tiers of benefits and perks and as little as $1 a month, you too can become a member to help my channel's quality and performance. Link to the Patreon will be down in the description. Well, that's it for the announcements for this year. Now, there may be more projects coming later down the line, but we'll just have to see what happens in the next coming days. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. And for the final time this year, have a good one.